You know, life is a funny, funny thing. You know, everybody believes that love is all about money. But you know, I'm a strong believer that love, true love, is from the heart, from the soul. Time has come, days have gone.
The Hamilton movement were managed by Dick Melvin, who also released the group's recordings on his Lookout Records label and promoted the group's shows with his company, Pure Soul Promotions. Let's join my conversation with Dick Melvin. When did you get involved in music? Because you're listed as a songwriter on some of these tracks, so I assume you weren't just managing.
I've loved music since childhood. I remember being young. You're probably not familiar with Vivian Carter.
Vivian Carter, yeah, the ran VJ Records. Yeah, co-founded it, yeah.
I used to
Jimmy
listen
Bracken.
to her on the radio. Well, she used to be a jock at first.
Yeah.
And I've just always loved music. And I did a trombone in middle school. And after that, I didn't do it anymore. But music has always been a part of me. I have the ear. I think you'll find most guys, a lot of musicians are good musicians, but they don't have the ear to hear certain things about a song. And sometimes I can be critical with these guys here.
You preferred to stay behind the scenes, I take it.
That's my preference. A lot of people like the light. I don't care for light. Never have, never will. So that's just been, because promoting was my thing. Forgive my hoarseness, but that's how I got involved. See, these guys weren't originally the band. It was, the band started out of Ohio because I needed a backup band for people like Denise LaSalle or Millie Jackson, just pick up a band. And what happened, these transitions come along, one drops off and you pick up another one, and so it ended up with these turkeys here.
So the original Hamilton movement, it wasn't a band, it was a vocalist, because there was a Stone Funk band that was associated with them at one point?
Yeah,
right?
it was, originally it was Movin' and Soothin' and the Stone Funk band. They were from Cincinnati, Hamilton, and Dayton. And they would go on the road with me.
You know, true love is hard to find. Some people, they don't appreciate true love. I know because I gave up mine. And baby, wherever you may be, that's one thing I want you to know. And that is, I've been crying for your love. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. It's been a long time since we've been together. Yes, it has now.
And Melvin, it's ironic, his first name was Melvin, my last name was Melvin
Melvin
Brown.
Brown, yeah.
And he wanted to cut something. So there was a guy here named Lemuel Dorsey. Used to be with Lamp and Herb Miller. And I had $2 or $3. I said, well, you know, I'll do the session for you. So we went to Cincinnati. You probably never heard the first record, Send Me Some Love. So we cut that. And we didn't do that to be a baby Motown and thing. We did it for promotional purposes. You could send the music south and they would break it for you, and you go and gig. You get with the DJs, you break this, and call us and we'll come and work with you. That's what it was all about to me, for gigs. And the record started selling. You only press 1,000 copies. That's all you can afford to do. So that started to sell, and some of the guys got the big head. When you hear your name on the air and you hear your music, and so I didn't have time for that personally. So Melvin dropped out. Sonny Matthews dropped out. A couple of other guys, Freddie Hill, Marv Coleman, and King, they stayed with me. I came along, got Bobby. He didn't want to leave Indianapolis. Then who do we get next?
I think Rick came first.
Rick came.
And,
And, well, before Bone, there was someone else.
was that drummer out of Cincinnati?
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Krabby Wright.
Yeah, out of Cincinnati.
From Cincinnati. Then we got Bone, and we started to shape up. And the song that they bootlegged in the UK, we were in Columbus, Georgia, because we'd leave and go down south and stay sometimes a week and a half, 2 weeks at a time. And we were at the motel and just playing around, and me, Rick, and King, it's really ironic that that's the original writing right there from 1976,
Wow. You mind if I take a picture of this?
if you want to.
Okay. That's amazing. Who wrote the lyrics?
I'm the one that penned them, and we were just coming up together with the lyrics. But that's my terrible handwriting there.
So Tyrone, who was the vocalist we hear on like She's Gone and all those great records? Was that Marvin Coleman?
No, it's King Solomon.
Oh, really?
That's not from here now.
Not the one from King James?
No.
Yeah.
See, we need to correct that.
Yeah, okay.
His name was Solomon Prather,
Okay.
but we all call him King, so we just call him King Solomon,
Gotcha.
not the King James Version.
Yeah, gotcha. And what was the dissolution of the group? At what point did you guys kind of split apart?
Well, at what point?
This should be.
I think it was. I think it was.
Let me turn my hearing aids in.
Man, trying to think. Probably when it slowed down. Traveling with ZZ. I think that's when we kind of came back home. When the tour kind of slowed down.
There wasn't any kind of dispute or anything? You just ran out of work?
We just decided to go different ways,
You never know what's around the corner until you go around the corner. And they were almost ready to go around the corner, and they say, hey, this is it. Mm-hmm. And you can only encourage a person so long, because you just never know. An example, ZZ Hill. We were on the road with him, and ZZ called me at 1 o'clock in the morning and said, that's it for me, man. I can't go any further. I said, don't give up. I said, you never know what's across the hill. He said, I'm hurting financially. And all of a sudden, cheating in the next room broke for him. And boom, the game was on. But at that time, the guys were kind of, and he picked up another band. So that's just the way it is. That's life, period.
Was it disappointing for you as the manager when they kind of decided to give it up?
Not really, because I knew that's what they wanted to do. And like I said, you can only encourage so long, so we're still friends. Yeah. You find a lot of guys, hey, I don't want to be bothered with you, but we're still like brothers all the time. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here with you today.
Sure, of course, yeah. Bobby, do you want to comment at all on what the final days of the group, why the group split up? What do you remember about that time?
Well, I remember the last record we cut a tune called Love Man, and I thought that was going to be it. I think that's it was a pretty good record. And I thought we were on the way on that one for myself, really.
Huh?
You'll bring up the man?
No, Love Man was the last one.
Yeah, Love Man was the last record we did. Yeah.
In hindsight, knowing the audience this music would go on to kind of attract, what would you do differently in managing this group, Hamilton Movement?
I'd get a bigger stick.
They weren't seeing the vision that you had? Is that what you mean at the time?
I think they were, but you're going back 40 plus years, and you have a lot of other things on your mind. Sometimes you lose focus, And they probably think about that today. Say, man, if we just gone on for another year, where would we be today?
It seems like you were more than a manager with this band because you were writing songs with the group.
I was a daddy to them.
You were a daddy? Does everybody agree with that?
He'd be on stage, but he'd be on the
Man.
side in the dark, and he'll look over and come on, he'd be telling, come on, move it, come on, move the show. I mean, that was him, and stuff. And I kind of missed that when he wasn't there,
Right.
Because he influenced us to go to that next level, and when he wasn't there, then. I guess we just had to do what he taught us, But it's not like him being there, And he used to do a lot of stuff too. Kept us going,
Anybody have any final thoughts on the group that I didn't cover that you want to mention?
Well, my final thought, Kyle, would be to thank you for giving us this opportunity.
It's an honor to have you all here.
Just
It's
to
a
talk
pleasure to
with
meet
you
you.
because, we're just down-to-earth, real people every day. And I've heard about you through some sources, but I'm not a mic kind of, a radio kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm just me. But with these guys, like I say, they're family to me. And we talk all the time. Richard was in the hospital, like he says, had some health issues, and we were up in the hospital praying for him. You know what I mean? So and here he is back again. I thought I was going to be able to call the funeral home. But
Not yet.
the bottom line is you never know what tomorrow has in store.
Right.
You just don't know. And who knows what a month from now, 6 months from now will do. So we may be coming back and call you again and say, hey, you need to have a song because something fantastic has happened and people need to hear this.